Welcome to TFR Let's Talk. I'm your host Swapnil Bharti, and my next guest is once again Marco Palladino, CTO and co-founder at Kong. Marco, it's great to have you back on the show. It's been so long.
Yeah, no, it's been a long time. Thanks for having me back here.
We had a great discussion last time, so it will be a kind of continuum of that discussion. One thing that is new is that Kong Connect general availability. Can you talk about if you look at the modern cloud native technologies? What is the importance of cloud connectivity for businesses? Because in 2020, what we saw, a lot of businesses, they accelerated their cloud native digital transformation journey because of that crisis. So talk about what is cloud connectivity and what is its importance in today's modern economy.
Cloud connectivity is the backbone of every new modern application that anybody, anywhere in the world is building. And our application teams are unprepared to deal with this new connectivity. A few years ago, we learned in the industry that monolithic applications are not very good. They're very good to provide, product market fit, to validate a product market fit. But then as soon as we want to scale, as soon as we want to grow, we hit a limit, we hit a wall. And as an industry, we're adopting technologies like Docker, like Kubernetes to decouple these monolithic applications and distribute them in order to improve the availability of the applications, in order to provide more agility in how we build them, in order to ship features and fixes every day, multiple times a day. Every time we distribute and decouple our applications, we introduce connectivity across all the services that make up the final application. We as an industry have put lots of thoughts into focusing on how to deploy the services, what orchestration platform to use, how to package our services, that we didn't really stop and think, how are we going to be connecting all of this? In a monolith, we didn't have this problem. Everything was running in one code base. But now, because we have different services, connecting them and securing those connections, it's going to be essential. Otherwise, our new applications are not going to work. And this is what connectivity is all about. And so we at Kong, obviously, we're very passionate about this topic. And so we provide this underlying technology that allows the teams to just build their software, focus on what they should be focusing on, the products, the customers, the users, whereas that connectivity is being taken care of for them.
Right. I also want to quickly learn through you is that if we do look at the changing landscape, edge is kind of, when I say edge, I'm not talking just about IoT devices, but I am also talking about edge data centers also, which are at the remote location, though connectivity is actually the kind of backbone for those. How do you see these new use cases also driving the adoption or rise of cloud connectivity?
Well, whenever we deploy software, more and more, we're deciding to deploy the software over infrastructure that's not ours. It's offered by one of the cloud vendors, or perhaps is ours, but it's being abstracted away in our data center via orchestration platforms like Kubernetes, for example. Whenever we build software and whenever the software has to connect with other applications through an API or through microservice connection, that connectivity, it is going to be most likely going to run in the cloud, and it's going to be spanning across multiple clouds. That is a very complicated problem to solve for the application teams. Right now, the application teams not only are focused on building their applications, which is a humongous task, to innovate and create amazing products for our users and customers, but they also have to worry about how they secure all these connections and how they make them reliable. And so whenever we are deploying in the cloud, we need to have an abstraction layer that effectively allows us to remove connectivity away from the equation in a way that it's always available, always reliable, like electricity. In our houses, when we connect an appliance to the outlet, electricity is always there, always working, always reliable, it's on demand. Likewise, in the cloud, our connectivity must also be like electricity, always available, always reliable, on demand. And this kind of connectivity really needs to be able to work across multiple clouds. Multi-cloud is a real thing. And being able to abstract this connectivity the same way across multiple platforms and clouds really is the focal point of what our infrastructure teams and architects really should be doing to support the application teams.
Right. You give example of electricity. You turn the switch on and the power is there. But when it comes to cloud connectivity, things are not that smooth. So can you talk about when we talk about the IT teams, application teams, what kind of hurdles, problems they run into, or as they are embracing it, what the concern that you see they should be aware of and prepared for?
There is a few challenges that the teams have to solve when it comes to the connectivity problem. And by the way, if this connectivity is not given to them, the application teams are going to be solving these problems, each one of them in different ways, which over time creates fragmentation and creates a mess that then we have to clean up in order to have reliable connectivity. There is a few areas, primarily under connectivity reliability. How do we route requests intelligently in a self-healing way, in such a way that the uptime of our applications is always working, it's never down? And how do we route them with strategies like canary releases or data center shifts and swaps whenever the connections are down in one specific area? So there is the reliability aspect of it, there is the security and identity aspect of it, and then there is the observability aspect of it. Security is about assigning an identity to our services in such a way that we can implement zero trust security in a automated way, as well as encrypting the traffic. And we've seen how important that is, even given the recent events right now that we've been seeing in the world. I mean, breaches and the lack of zero trust security can be something that can bring an entire nation to its knees, like we've seen with the pipeline just recently. As a matter of fact, the White House has mandated zero trust security for every federal agency and organization out there just recently, 1 or 2 weeks ago. So zero trust security and encryption and identity is one aspect of it. And then the observability. How do we capture the metrics, the traces, and the logs in such a way that we can more easily identify where problems are when they occur in a distributed and microservice-oriented application? Reliability, discovery, connectivity, one of them. Security, identity, zero trust is another one. Observability, tracing is another one. And all of this, it is going to be required whenever we move to microservices. It's not a matter of if, it's not a matter of when. We need all of these functions since day one if we want to be successful in a microservices transformation. It is our job as architects to provide all of these to the application teams, no matter what cloud they're using, no matter what programming language they're using, no matter what stack they're using.
Your team recently launched the general availability of Kong Connect. I want to know, just to refresh memories of our viewers, what is Kong Connect all about? And then what does this general availability mean, not only for Kong, but also for the users community as well as for the wider ecosystem?
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, we need to have connectivity like electricity, always available, always reliable. And this is really what Congo Connect does for our team. Congo Connect is a full stack platform that allows the architecture and platform team to offer on demand connectivity products that they can offer to the application teams when it comes to managing the north, south, and east, west traffic. With Connect, we can create an abstraction that runs across any platform, any cloud, to provision both API management and API gateways when we want to offer our services and APIs to an ecosystem of partners or developers or mobile applications, as well as it allows us to offer service meshes on demand and all the connectivity tooling and platforms that are built around these runtimes, like a centralized service hub for us to discover what the services are in the organization so that we can then effectively use them and create new products out of these building blocks. All of these, it is being offered in the cloud, one click away from Kong Connect. So Kong Connect allows us to provide that connectivity to the teams in such a way that the teams don't have to build it. They can start consuming it like electricity, really. And it runs on both Kubernetes containers and virtual machines. So we're today working with enterprise organizations all over the world, hundreds of enterprise organizations that are using our technology to provide the connectivity of the real world. And this is really what makes me excited about Kong. We work in mission critical, life critical use cases. If Kong were to go down, half of the digital world payments would stop working. If Kong were to go down, flights wouldn't be able to take off anymore because Kong is being used in the in-cabin pre-flight checks that the pilots are doing before taxing, in the so these are the kind of real world use cases that Kong is powering in a connected world. Well, connectivity really is the backbone of everything that anybody's creating. I think it's great. One last thing I would like to add. Kong is a product company, and we are proud of the technology that we create, and being able to create technology that's innovative, that raises the bar, being able to be leaders in all that we do. This is one of the reasons why today we're chatting, and this is one of the reasons why our users and customers are coming to us to solve their connectivity problems. We are a product company obsessed with creating amazing products, and this is really where we find pride in waking up in the morning and doing the things that we do. And so I'm very excited about this new Connect release, because there was lots of work that we put into it, and it's something that does not exist in the market today. And the feedback so far has been quite positive. So I just wanted to communicate this. The team has been doing an amazing job, and our customers are great. We're building these tailored to their needs. So
Awesome. Marco, thank you so much for taking time out today and talk about not only Kong Connect, but also the wider cloud connectivity landscape. I enjoyed the discussion as usual, and I would love to have you back on the show again. So thanks for your time today.
thank you so much for the opportunity.